Maybe we can add this in our bloopers. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a Book Ick video, and we thought we would both share our Book Icks. So she's going to share hers on her channel, and I'm going to share mine on my channel, so you'll have to go watch hers after this. But I've seen a few people do this, and I think it's interesting to see what everybody hates in a book.
I love it.
So I'm going to go over my list.
I love to know what you hate.
And the first one would be Insta-Love.
I don't love that either.
No, which I actually talked about that recently. That was something I didn't love about Abby Jimenez, is they're always like, they meet, and then they're just like instantly like obsessed with them.
When they describe the guy and like all of his inner monologue when he meets her, like she's the best person ever, but she's done absolutely nothing. Like it's just not realistic. Like she hasn't even spoken, and you're just like, I'm in love.
Yes. Dumb. Yes. And the next one would be, along with that, one night stands. I hate those. If there's a one-night stand and that's how they met, I will probably automatically hate the book. That just is usually how it goes for me. The next one would be miscommunication. This is a common one for people. A lot of people hate miscommunication trope in books.
Yeah,
like,
it is
just
annoying.
Talk, people. Just communicate.
Right,
exactly.
I mean,
you
it's
could
not
save
that hard.
half your problems.
Literally.
If you would just communicate.
Just effectively.
The next one would be main character uses trauma as an excuse to treat people bad.
That's true. I hate that.
I just read that in a book, and she was mean to him like all the time. It was
we read the same book. I know.
Something holding out for Gyra or holding something like that.
Yes, holding out for Gyra.
It hasn't come out yet. That's why I didn't love it, was because she was mean to him.
She was like,
the whole time.
My dad was mean to me, and I hate you.
Like, I understand trauma, and you do have some things you have to get through mentally.
Yeah.
But she never got better, even though he was really kind to her and patient the whole time.
Yeah, she like had no excuse. Like nothing even happened for her to treat him badly.
So after
but it was
a
like
while,
the entire book.
I was just very frustrated with that.
She was really unfair.
The next one would be cheating. I hate cheating in a book. There was a book that I was loving until someone cheated, and then it ruined the whole book for me. And so I really just can't get over that, apparently.
Or like when they cheat, get back together, cheat again, and like the whole book is just like trying to repatch something. Like it's just so frustrating.
It was very like, it was a hard situation because they tried to say like they were drunk and they didn't know. And I was like...
That even makes me more annoyed.
I was like, because, like, you thought it was that person because you were drunk. That's just kind of weird to me.
That's stupid. Like, people use that as an excuse in, like, movies and books a lot. Like, if they're drunk, but, like, you still have your mind. Like, you're not insane.
I don't have experience with that.
We're not party girls. We never really were.
So, I don't know, but that makes me mad. The next one would be talking all about physical stuff and that being, like, their whole relationship. They're being,
that does really bother me.
No depth. Like, all I care about is I want to be with you physically. And I'm like, okay, well, this
or
is
like their
not
whole
a very relationship
is just physical.
Yeah.
And there's nothing
There's
else.
no depth to it.
And another thing that bothers me is when they make the guy, like, that's all he thinks about all the time. Like, I feel like guys are hopefully better than that.
The next would be aliens.
Freaking aliens.
I do not love aliens in a book.
We're not alien people.
We both just read the
Space travel annoys me.
Exordia book.
Yes. And it was the worst.
Not for us.
We're so sorry.
If you love aliens, great. But I do not.
I think his name is Seth Dickerson. We're sorry.
It's not for me.
We know you're a great author. This is just not your best.
Well, you know, I wanted to try it. Yeah. But I also think it wasn't just that it was aliens. It was so in depth with the aliens.
So you're probably not an alien romance person.
No. Or like, for instance, I liked the movie E.T., okay?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that if there's ever an alien in it, I'll hate it. But this was a little too much.
Yeah, it was just the whole book.
Like 6 heads and it was
weird. There was alien politics and philosophy. It just got really annoying.
Okay, so the next would be when a book uses way too many big word vocabulary.
You hate that.
I hate that. Because I don't know what they're saying.
Don't read any classics.
I mean, even, like, I'm reading Gone with the Wind, and it's not like that.
Yeah, Gone with the Wind is pretty good.
So it depends on what book it is. Like Shakespeare, I probably would
Dickinson. Yeah, Shakespeare is definitely not for you.
Galley, I just tried to read was The Quantum Love Story, and I just couldn't even understand what was going on. Like, I got to, like, chapter 4, and I was like, I don't even know what happened. Like, I don't know what these people are saying.
That's
So
funny.
I literally couldn't finish the book because I didn't understand
So too much science jargon. We don't like it.
I'm not smart enough, people.
We can't do it.
I may read a lot, but it doesn't mean I have a lot of brains.
We may read a lot, but
they say reading makes you smarter, and I'm still waiting on that.
Reading has not enhanced our vocabulary because we don't read anything that we would need to stretch our vocabulary for.
But apparently I realized that reading wards off dementia. So there's that.
That's why we do it. Truly.
The next one would be, this is funny, weak men. Like, if it's a romance book, if the guy is super weak.
She just wants Fabio.
And, like, girly, or just, like, has
like
all
Metro?
This. Like, I don't know. I just like a strong man.
Like
not that he can't be emotional.
Salt of the earth man.
Yeah.
And the way he looks.
Maybe, yeah. But also personality. Yeah. Like, I don't like the girl to have to take care of him. Okay. I don't like that.
Yeah, that's probably
Now,
not
I'm
good.
not saying he can't be emotional. That's fine. Yeah. I just want the guy to take care of the girl. I'm a very traditional person.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. That is annoying in some books.
Yeah, and then the next one would be trauma bonding. I hate this.
It's like a whole genre she just cut out.
My best friend Megan loves trauma bonding.
It's all she reads, kind of.
It's just not.
We love you, Megan.
No, I will say sometimes it's okay, but I think a lot of the books that focus on it put it in a lot, like it's the whole book, and it's just a little too much, and it becomes unrealistic for me.
Yeah, so too much trauma bonding would be kind of a lot. I love it.
So the next would be too much cussing. I think that I don't love too much cussing because I feel like it makes it to where they're just not creative at writing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Like, they're just using a lot of filler words. I'm not saying if a book has cussing, I'll never read it. I just mean, like...
If the F word is in it as much as, like, Catcher in the Rye, it's
probably or Gone Girl. There was so much cussing that it distracted me from the actual story.
Yeah.
And I was like,
takes
why?
away.
Like, because you're a better writer than this. You can write, other
I agree.
things. So.
I feel like people put it in to be edgy, but it kind of comes off as cheap.
Yeah. So the next would be, I don't like when the chapters are super long.
Oh, I hate that. I need to put that in mine. Where's the pen?
Yeah, when the chapter takes like 40 pages.
I'm over it.
Which Gone with the Wind is like that.
Yeah.
The chapters are like 40 pages long.
Oh my gosh, I would never read that. I would never read that.
It's a lot. It really annoys me.
No. Even if they're like 6 pages long, I'm like, okay, enough.
Yeah.
I want it to be like 4 or 5 max.
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
So then lastly, I put too much detail describing an object or a room. Like, and what I mean by this is one book I DNF'd.
Describe this.
Like, they could go on for 20 minutes about just that object.
The shiny white deer of geometric
I think that people say Stephen King does that. Like,
he does. He totally does.
He'll take like 20 minutes describing a room.
Oh, yeah.
And that's one of people's biggest pet peeves. Now, I have not read Stephen King.
Yeah.
But when I was thinking about this, I was thinking about, there's a book that, it was by Kate Quinn, and...
Was it the Alice Network?
No, it was the one we almost read together.
The Diamond something.
The Diamond Eye. I DNF'd that book, and I have loved all of her books.
Yeah.
But I DNF'd it because she spent so long talking about guns and each type of gun and all the details of the gun.
Yeah.
And I was so bored.
That would be really boring
this is
to me.
so much detail. Like, I don't care.
There have been books that have war elements in them, and they do talk about, like, the war gear or some type of equipment, like, way too much, and you're like, I don't really care.
Like, I know what a gun is. That's about all I need to know.
I know how a Humvee looks. I know how the inside of a plane looks.
Now, fantasy is a little different because you don't know what a lot of those things look like.
Yeah,
and
that's
they have
true.
to create it.
Like in A Court of Thorns and Roses, they describe the castles or like
the Fae,
Court of Nightmares
or
the Fae. Yeah, they'd overly describe, but that's like fantasy. You should be able to do that.
Yeah, so fantasy is a little different.
Like Valeris, they spend a lot of time describing it, but a
gun is like self-explanatory.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't care about that. We don't want to know the color of the carpet either or the color of the walls. Just stop.
Yeah.
I don't care.
So, I don't know. I like world building and fantasy, but like I said, it's because most of it, it's not real. And so you do need kind of an idea of what to create in your mind.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot farther of a stretch for you to, like, imagine.
I agree.
But
you have a lot of icks.
I'm sure I have more icks than this, but I tried to make myself stop.
What is your, like, top ick? Like, the one that just repulses you? That you would just throw the book across the room if you saw it in the book?
I don't know that I would throw it across the room.
I would. I've thrown a book across the room.
But what I would probably DNF almost every time is a one-night stand.
I thought you were going to say cheating, and I was like, cheating. I was ready.
Well, it was one of those two. One-night stands are cheating.
Yeah.
That annoys me.
That is a main ick.
And even if I finish the book, it won't get a good rating just because it's in there.
No, I totally agree. I hate that too.
That's all I have. So you're going to have to go to Leah's channel to figure out what her book icks are. So I will link that below. Like this and subscribe to my channel, and I can't wait to see you guys again.
Bye-bye.